So tell me, how are you feeling about your upcoming teacher interview? Are you a little nervous? Well, listen, that's totally normal. I want you to imagine that you and I are sitting down. It's just you and me, and we're having a cup of coffee. We're talking about the one thing that's on your mind, and that is landing that teaching job. And in this episode, we're going to share the top 5 teacher interview questions that you must master in 2025 and beyond. We're going to go through each one step by step, and I'll also show you 3 powerful techniques to help you walk into that interview feeling confident, prepared, and ready to shine. Grab your pen, grab a piece of paper, get ready to take some notes. Let's get started. So listen, education is evolving faster than ever. Schools are looking for teachers who can adapt to new challenges, integrate technology thoughtfully, and create classrooms where every student feels valued and supported. And so the questions that I'm sharing with you today reflect exactly what principals and the hiring committees are prioritizing in 2025. And so mastering these types of questions will set you apart as the candidate that they will remember. All right, let's jump right into question number 1, and we're going to start with a big one. Question 1 is, how do you plan to integrate technology and AI tools in your classroom while maintaining authentic learning experiences? This question reflects in and of itself how much technology is changing education. So let's talk about a structured way that you could answer. So first, acknowledge that the benefits and the challenges both exist for using technology. So for example, AI tools can make learning more personalized, but it is crucial to maintain the meaningful human connections that happen every day in the classroom. And then think about how you provide specific examples, like using ChatGPT, for instance, to spark creative writing while guiding students to refine their drafts collaboratively. And then finally, emphasize that technology is a tool, not a replacement. Not a replacement for the authentic teaching and learning that happen in our classrooms every single day because of the teacher and student authentic interaction. And that's a great way to structure your answer to question number 1. So let's talk about question number 2. Question 2 is so important. Describe your approach to creating an inclusive classroom environment that supports diverse learning needs. Schools want to see practical strategies in response to this question. So you might say, I use the principles of universal design for learning to ensure that every lesson is accessible for all students. So for example, I provide materials in multiple formats. I provide audio, visuals, hands-on activities, and I adjust assessments to reflect different strengths that my students have. Then emphasize your commitment to cultural competency. I also will make a point to celebrate my students' cultures and create opportunities for them to share their unique perspective. This shows both thoughtfulness as well as intention. And that's a great structured answer for question number 2. Let's talk about question number 3. Question 3 is, how would you handle a situation where students are struggling with social emotional challenges while doing their best to keep up with the academic requirements? Now, this question is highly relevant in a post-pandemic reality. Start by addressing the reality, because in today's classrooms, balancing emotional well-being with the academic challenges, that's a daily challenge. Offer specific strategies like implementing morning check-ins or mindfulness activities to create a safe space for students. Explain how you integrate social emotional learning into your lessons. For example, teaching empathy through group projects or reflection activities. And then finally, discuss how you'd both monitor academic and emotional progress. And through that, you would be using regular assessments and regular forms of communication with families. This is a holistic, comprehensive response to a challenging question given the current realities of operating in a post-pandemic environment. So thinking about those SEL and social emotional supports is going to be critically important. Principals and hiring committees are definitely going to want you to expand on that and talk through those issues if you want to stand out as that candidate. All right, let's turn to question number 4. And question number 4 is all about flexibility. The question is, tell me about a time that you had to adapt your teaching methods quickly to meet unexpected challenges. Now, this is your chance to shine with a personal story. So, for example, during the pandemic, I transitioned my lessons to a hybrid format almost overnight. I took it upon myself to quickly learn to use tools like Google Classroom and Zoom to keep students engaged. I also adapted my teaching by creating more asynchronous activities for students who couldn't attend the live sessions. So when you think through this type of a response, you're highlighting your problem-solving skills and also the positive outcomes, like your improved tech skills and or your stronger relationships with students and families. This is a great way to approach question number 4. Let's talk about question number 5. All right, let's tackle question number 5. And finally, let's talk about families. How do you plan to engage families and build strong home-school partnerships in today's diverse community? This is the opportunity to mention multiple communication channels, newsletters, emails, using applications like ClassDojo. Then discuss the cultural sensitivity that is there as well. And you could think through something like you would take the time to understand each family's background and adapt your communication methods to fit their needs. And then finally, share a creative solution like hosting a virtual coffee chat or recorded messages for busy families who can't attend those traditional events like back to school nights or parent teacher conferences. This is you showing that you're being proactive and you're being adaptable. Find ways to filter these into your responses. These are the types of holistic responses that interview panels and principals and superintendents like myself are looking for candidates. So now let's switch a little bit. Okay, now that you've got the questions down, let's talk about confidence. We know that interviews can be intimidating, but these 3 techniques will help you feel prepared, but also in control. So let's jump in. We're going to talk about 3. So let's start with 1. The first one is called the mirror method. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to spend 2 to 3 minutes practicing your answers in front of a mirror. Watch for your nonverbal cues. Are you smiling? Are you making good eye contact? Better yet, record yourself on your phone. And then when you watch it back, imagine you're speaking to your future students and your future students' parents. This will help you fine-tune your tone while building your confidence. The mirror method is a great strategy to build some foundational confidence while you're in the interview room. Let's talk about a second strategy, and that is the story bank strategy. In this, I would ask you to create a story bank of about 5 to 7 teaching experiences. Write them down in your notes app. Make sure you have them logged in your journal and practice adapting them to different questions, including measurable results. Like for instance, after implementing a new reading strategy, my students' scores improved by 20%. Review these stories while waiting for your interview. It's like having a secret weapon just ready to go. Because if you can find the best place to then deploy those stories to give context and detail and more breadth and scope to your responses, you're going to be a candidate that stands out. Let's talk about our third and final confidence technique, the power pose technique. Okay, I get it. Maybe it does sound a little bit cheesy, but science backs this up. Power poses work. Find a private spot, like a bathroom stall, quiet conference room, 10 minutes before your interview. Stand tall, hands on your hips, and breathe deeply. This will ground you and help you walk into the interview with confident body language. These are critically important pieces that will help you not only answer questions well, but also just instill a level of confidence in yourself, but also in the people who are receiving that information from you at the time, that principal, that interview panel. So 5 impactful teacher interview questions that we think will serve you well in 2025 and beyond, and 3 confidence boosters that will help you shine. So here's my question. Which question feels the most challenging for you? Drop that in the comments. I'll help you out. And if you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with a fellow educator. You've got this. I believe in you. You're destined to be an educator. You're destined to do this work. Here you go. Jump right in. And as we move forward, if this video serves you well, check out this next one as well. This next video is going to continue to help round out your strategies around quality teacher interviews, quality responses. Right? And if you want more information about coaching, tips, our newsletter, any of those resources, you can check the description below. You can also check the pinned comment for a free gift and a resource, because we're going to be here to continue to serve you and serve this community. So until we see you on our next one, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be well. Thanks, everyone.